here for the Hendrick Hudson Board of Education regular meeting. Can I ask for a motion to open?
Motion to open?
Second.
All in favor? The Board of Ed would like to enter executive session. The Hendrick Hudson School District Board of Education will convene for the purpose of collective negotiations under the Taylor Law, medical, financial credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment or employment or promotion or demotion or discipline or suspension or removal of a particular person or corporation. May I ask for a motion to move to exec?
Motion to move to exec?
Second.
All in favor? The board will reconvene at approximately 7 p.m. Good evening and welcome back. Today is May 19th, 2026. May we all please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. First thing we have is the approval of the agenda. May I ask for a motion?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Linda, do we have anybody here for audience comments on non-agenda items?
No, we don't.
Thank you. Looking at our consent agenda, is there anything that anyone would like to pull from the consent agenda? Can I ask for an approval of the consent agenda?
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, we do have some items that were removed from the consent agenda before, which are donations. The first one we have is a donation of $3,500 to the Hendrick Hudson Sports Fest program from Mary's Giving Fund. The Hendrick Hudson School District has received a donation of $3,500 for the Sports Fest program from the Mary Durston McArthur Reynolds Memorial Giving Fund, Mary's Giving Fund. Can I ask for an approval for the donation?
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor? Okay, the board approved that donation. Thank you very much.
Thank you to our donor.
And the second one we have is a donation totaling $3,000 for the Hendrick Hudson School District. Richard Simonetti has made a donation for $3,000. The donation is made possible through the New York Life Insurance Foundation for the Hendrick Hudson School District. May I ask for an approval for the donation? Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor? Okay, the Board of Education approved the donation for $3,000.
Thank you to Mr. Simonetti for the donation.
Moving right along, Linda, do we have anyone here for audience comments on the agenda items?
No, we do not.
Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over to the mic for the superintendent's update.
Thank you, President Silverman. Very brief update this evening. There will be no cabinet updates either. Do want to focus on something that I'm very proud of that we are modeling for our students here at this board table. We ask our students to become lifelong learners, and we have two board members who will be recognized this evening by NYSBA for their demonstration of how they continue to be lifelong learners. There is very little training before you come on the board to be a board member. And it is a sign of professionalism and a desire to continually improve and to give back to the school district when Board of Education trustees on their own time engage in professional learning related to board topics. So we have two certificates from the New York State School Board Association related to board excellence in completing professional development or additional leadership training as recognized by that association. The first one we have is the Board Excellence Award to Trustee Corey Boudin for conferring more than 150 points for ongoing association professional development and or accepting additional leadership roles. So I'm very pleased to present this to you on the district's behalf.
That's 2 years in a row.
And we also have the New York State School Boards Association Board Achievement Award presented to President Amelia Silverman for conferring more than 75 points for her ongoing association professional development and or accepting additional leadership roles. So congratulations, and on behalf of the district to both of you, thank you for your commitment to our students. This evening is our annual budget vote and board election, and the polls are open until 9 o'clock for not only our board's edification, but also for anybody who's watching us online. Those polls do remain open. We do have going on at this time, we have a number of community events. We have our bike safety event with the Westchester County Police. They're in partnership with us, helping make sure our kiddos are safe on our bikes as one goes by. We have also a book exchange. We have student artwork on display. Earlier this evening, we were graced by wonderful music by our string musicians. We also have the Centennial video that our students produced out of Kyle Cena's class that captured alumni voice. We also have information about our upcoming gala, and we have the chance for students to engage in arts and crafts related to Centennial. We also have some Centennial artifacts from the time capsule on display. So if you are at home doing nothing and you have not voted, we urge you to come out and cast your vote. And to those of you who did vote, thank you for demonstrating to our students your civic engagement and responsibility. And at this time, there are no other questions that require follow-up. I will take a brief moment for a personal matter. My daughter, it is her 4th birthday today, so she's at home having her birthday party. And I was sharing with the board earlier, 4 years ago this evening, I was in a previous district, but they allowed me to connect from the delivery room, and I attended the board meeting at that time, and my wife was really happy that occurred. So that is the board, and that's the truth. You can even look at it online. I will turn it back over to you, President Silverman. There are no cabinet updates this evening.
Thank you. So that brings us to our board comments, new business, and we have our Westchester Putnam School Boards Association budget and slate of officers and members of board directors to go through. Do we bring those up?
Point of information. Would you like me to provide context to that?
Sure.
So the Westchester Putnam School Boards Association is a regional organization that represents the school boards. It acts as a legislative body that advocacy body that advocates on behalf of all Board of Educations within their in the Westchester Putnam School Boards, Westchester Putnam regions. It also interfaces with the Lower Hudson Educational Commission, which does engage in a lot of legislative advocacy. So it is an organization that also provides board training and also provides board outreach and board support for resources. So they put together the facts and figures document, which we refer to for comparative data as well. So a number of great things that being a part of this organization allow us to do, but we do pay dues and we do have voting rights to their slate of candidates.
So looking at the budget, there is an increase, and they said there is an increase across the board to every district, approximately $34 to $155 for the dues for the member districts, and it was based on all the districts' budgets and tax levies. Can I ask for a motion to approve the Westchester Putnam School Boards Association budget for 2026-2027?
Motion. Second?
All in favor? And then the next item we have with that is the members of the Board of Directors. So I'm saying it's kind of like the board to the board. So there's a slate that was posted of different members from different school districts who would have terms for one year, or when their terms would expire in 2029, so as you can see there. And they also give the list of the ones who are currently on and when they are set to expire. Can I ask for a motion to approve the Board of Directors slate for Westchester Putnam School Boards Association?
Motion?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. Okay, and then the next thing we have is our committee reports. Anybody have any updates? Committee reports. Yeah.
Let's see, this week I attended the elementary PTA meeting with Allison, and let's see, they have a few things coming up. Well, they approved their slate for the leadership for next year, so that was good. And they have a few events coming up at the end of May. They have a book fair taking place at FGL. I think next Friday, or next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think, and Friday night they're having a community event during the book fair. They talked about the Sports Fest taking place at the high school on June 13th, and they need volunteers. There was another, there's going to be, on June 20th, I believe, is the June fair, right? That's
The
June
spring-
fair,
the
the
spring
spring
festival.
fair at the FGL. So I believe that's 2 to 5,
They're still, yes.
figuring out the time. Okay, so they have a few things coming up. Anything else that you remember?
That was good.
Also attended the professional development meeting for the staff here, so that was great. And that was it.
PTA advocacy, we're still going. We have 2 letters that have been sent out to the community and that we have been sending to legislators requesting additional assistance with revenue funds, and the 3rd letter is almost ready to go out. So we've got it finalized. The PTA advocacy committee will be sending that out shortly. And we want everybody to take action on that. On all 3 letters, you can send one for each one. So the 3rd one will be coming out soon. Please stay tuned because we still need everybody in the community to be active. So, thank you.
I attended the SEPTA meeting last week, and it was focused on mental health at the secondary level, and it had 2 presenters there, Dr. Julia Dubrow and Dr. Lauren Lindero, and it was very informative, a lot of information dealing with different types of students, the way that they learn, how their brains are wired, and all the different scenarios. So they did offer a lot of information there, so if you did not get a chance, you can always reach out and get some further information, because it is a very, especially at the middle school, high school time is a very tricky time for students where they are really coming into their own and their brains are growing and taking in a lot of different stressors. So it was very informative, and their next meeting will be June 11th, I believe, at the high school, which will be the last one for the year. Did I do good, Chris? Okay. Anyone else have any updates? Okay.
We didn't talk about that, right? Not yet.
I just want to mention the Centennial. We had our, Mike had mentioned that we had the film screening this weekend, and we used that tonight at the FGL, but this weekend we had the event Friday and Saturday, but was open to the community, was free to the community. We had it was a really wonderful event. We had a great showing Friday. We had a good crowd. Saturday, as the day went on, it got more crowded, but I will say the feedback from the community members that showed up and the students that participated and gave the tours was really well received, all positive, and I want to thank Lauren worked really hard on getting collections of items for the library, and it showed. There was a lot of really great artifacts from our community, going all the way back into the 20s, a lot of the 90s. I think people that came in were like pleasantly surprised to see themselves in photos or not. But it was really a great event, and I'm hoping that we can actually do something in the fall to also commemorate this. And you know, Lauren set this up herself in there, so thank you for that. It was just great. Corey, you worked on the film, right? It's just such a great collaborative effort, and I think the community really appreciated it.
I just wanted to piggyback on that in terms of the film, which at the beginning of the school year, you know, I met with Kyle Sina, is that how you spell his last name? Such a great name for the film club's moderator or teacher. And they worked the entire year, the kids in the film club, and they interviewed probably 40 people, and there's still people that are actually signing up now. So it's actually becoming a really great, you know, documentary to have this material as part of the school's history moving forward. And there are going to be, we need to discuss the next steps for the film. We can I think we should share it on the website, and there are a lot of people that actually haven't seen it, and there are senior groups that are talking about it online that are hoping to screen it at their different, you know, the Verplank seniors and the Buchanan seniors, and some of them are in it, and so it turned out to be, but I just really wanted to give a shout out to Kyle, because he went so above and beyond. He organized the whole thing, he organized all of the interviews, he, and Beth, you know, with Beth, who's like our tireless, you know, leader on this. So it blew me away when I saw the first cut. It was actually a ton longer than what we ended up showing, because we wanted to sort of not, you know, have it be too long at the beginning, but we have so much footage. So he deserves, he and his club really like hit a home run with this.
Yeah, and then we also, on top of that, we had the Rho Kappa, our Rho Kappa Social Studies Honor Society. They created videos. They were assigned a task of taking a decade, each group got a decade, and they had to tie the history of that decade to handheld events. And it went, I think they did 20s and 30s, and each group did it, and we were actually, thanks to our team, were able to show them both those days, and they were amazing. They're also online as well, so everyone should check them out, because there's a lot of hard work went into all of this, and it's been really wonderful. So
It's very special.
it's very special.
Yeah.
So I've found that every event that has been put together has been an opportunity for our community to come and celebrate what people remember about their youth, what they feel about this community. It's been a great unifying event, and the numerous people who have worked on all of the various events, all the way down to the details of how do we communicate. I think that also shows the work that went into it, how unifying of an event this centennial has been, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of it. So thank you to all of those who have not only joined us for the celebration, but also to those of you who have contributed. So
Yes, and don't forget the gala, May 30th. So
Yes,
that's
May
coming next.
there's
That's our
special
next-
guest MCs too as well.
Yes, it's gonna be a great time. Buy your tickets
Where do you buy tickets, Lauren?
online. On the website.
Where is the link?
We have a centennial link on our website, and if you click on that, you will be brought directly
That is
to
great.
a website that will have an option to look at the gala, and you can purchase the tickets right from that website. If you have any trouble navigating the website, please reach out to myself at michael.trombley@henhudschools.org, and we'd be happy to walk you through the process. And Greg is going to show you the navigation there at the top in
Thanks,
the
Greg.
black part. There's the centennial.
There you go.
All things centennial can be accessed via the website.
That's good.
Thank you, Greg.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, now we can move on to our policy readings, and we have quite a few. So the first one we have is our second reading of policy 8111, reporting of hazards. The Board of Education recognizes its responsibility to,
Motion to waive the reading?
Second?
all in favor? Okay.
This is the.
This was the one that we didn't have, that
This is
came
new.
up. Yeah, this is new, and it came up because of the walkthrough, where they realized we didn't have it. It is not required, but we just thought it would be helpful to have an actual just place where everyone knows how to report any hazards. We read this one 2 meetings ago for the first time.
And then this, once we approve this, this will be reiterated to,
Correct.
so they know, right? And our community partners. And our, yes.
This is the second reading, right?
Second
So
reading.
we can do a motion to approve? Motion to approve policy 8111.
Second?
All in favor? Beautiful. Policy 8111, reporting of hazards, has been approved. We also have our second reading of policy 5250, student activities fund, which will be renamed and renumbered to 5252, student activities funds management. The Board of Education shall have the
Motion to
responsibility.
waive the reading.
Second?
All in favor?
So this one is a renaming and a renumbering. And we this is also a local policy, but we actually just, this was a complete rewrite, based on the NISBA recommendation. This was a student treasurer, so that this covers who's in charge of our funds management for our students. So there's I think that this is set up so that there's a person in charge, like a teacher or a staff member in charge, and then also a student treasurer, and the guidelines around that, and it references all the other policies that go along with
And
it.
it talks about what happens if a club is to absolve and where that money goes to.
Mhm.
Motion to approve policy 5250, student activities fund.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, so the next one we have is, now we have a first reading to retire policy 1401, parental right to inspect instructional material. Parents, guardians shall have the right to inspect and
Motion to
find.
waive the reading of policy 1401.
Second.
All in favor?
So this one we're retiring because it's addressed in another policy, 5550, student privacy. So it's redundant.
Retire.
We would have to waive the second reading if we want.
Motion to waive the second reading of policy 1401.
Second.
All in favor?
Motion to retire policy 1401.
Second.
All in favor? So policy 1401, parental right to inspect instructional material is now retired as it appears in policy, what was that one again? 5250?
Yeah,
55.
5550.
5550, sorry, thank you. Okay, we have a first reading of policy 1222, relationship with booster organizations. Board of Education
Motion
recognizes,
to waive the reading.
Second.
all in favor?
This one outlines, this is new, and this one outlines the booster organizations and what a booster organization is. And I just want to be clear on this, that this is not PTA. This is specifically for whatever a booster organization would be, and that's typically around if it's a musical group or a sports group, and how they need to follow their fundraising commitments and how they collect funds and how they. So I don't, not to get too much in the weeds, but you can't require, right? So that you cannot require people to participate in fundraisers. You can't require that or be members of a booster club. So this outlines that for the community, and puts a process in place about voluntarily being part of it and being part of that. But I think for me, the most important thing about this is actually making sure that everyone's sort of on the same page about what all the booster clubs are doing and when they're doing them, so that we have more oversight as a district. Not over what the fundraisers are necessarily, or how much money, but what everyone is sort of doing at the same time, so there's a little bit more cohesion in the community when we're collecting funds.
And just making sure that everything is documented and
Yes.
everyone knows who is collecting and when, so that it doesn't come as a surprise.
Mhm.
If we get an email that says, this club is doing this and we didn't know, now it clearly outlines that it has to go through, it has to be approved, and this way it is, like I said, documented so we're aware.
So, can I ask a question?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Does this include clarifying what the money raised goes towards? If people have questions, or
Yes, so in the policy that identifies that any donation has to come before the board, and in that process, the superintendent or designee will work with that organization to specifically lay out the terms and conditions of that acceptance and make sure that that's acceptable to the organization that is seeking to donate.
Yeah, this will come back at the next board meeting. Okay, next we have our first reading of revision of policy 5151, school admissions, with a number change to 5150. The Hendrick Hudson Central School District,
Motion to waive the reading.
second?
all in favor?
This was a rewrite from our NISBA audit. This outlines how people are admitted and what qualifies them for admittance into the school district, and what the district has to follow as far as what we collect as far as documentation for those students to prove that they are, in fact.
And at the beginning too, it talks about how if you're a veteran who has not yet, of any age who has not yet received a high school diploma, that you are eligible to attend school. This policy will come back as well in the next meeting. Okay, we have two more. Next one we have is our first reading of revision of policy 5460 with a rename to child abuse, maltreatment, or neglect in a domestic setting. The Board of Education recognizes.
Motion to waive the reading?
Second.
All in favor? And this is a required one.
This is required, and it is the red cross out, all the red cross outs on the bottom of this policy. It's basically a complete rewrite based on the language and the legalities and everything that's required by law. I think we need to adjust this because it still has the notes in it on here.
Oh, right.
And we were accepting all the notes.
Yeah, we're accepting all the notes. Unless someone sees that there's something that they want not to be included, and then the next version that comes back, though, has to be the
The finalized version.
finalized
yes.
version.
So the policy committee proposes this for the board review with all the notes, which are normally optional advisements from NYSBA. The policy committee is recommending that we do adopt all the notes that are in there.
And it talks about the process and who you should report to and the process that follows from there. And who the mandated reporters are, as you can see on that list on the first page as well.
And go ahead.
There was a shift in the required reporters, right? There was
Mhm.
the language. You want to talk?
Yes, there was a significant amount of changes over the past 2 years to New York State's laws and guidance related to a number of topics that are codified within this policy. So a significant amount of time was spent by our administrative team making sure that the policy matched what our teachers and all individuals who come in contact with students, that they are being trained so that there's an alignment between the policy and the actual carrying out of that policy.
Okay, this policy will come back again at our next meeting. And then the last one we have is the first reading of policy 8121.2, automated external defibrillators. The Board of Education recognizes.
Motion to waive the reading?
Second.
All in favor? Sorry. Yeah.
So this is not a required policy. We do not currently have it because we're renumbering it, but we did discuss as a group where our defibrillators are, who has access to them, because in this policy it outlines that all of where they need to be and how they need to be applied, and we talked through all of that about the usage and when they would be used and how coaches have them, where they are in the buildings,
Field
where
trips.
they are in the fields, the nurses.
This will be shared with all of our public providers that come in as well,
Mhm.
so that they know. And we talked about updating signage so that everyone is aware where they are
Yeah.
located. And we
Correct.
did confirm they are at all the different locations.
And this one also has the notes in it that we need to accept. And then we have a defibrillator policy, but we're gonna retire the one that we currently have and put this in a new section. So this one will replace the current defibrillator. Oh my gosh, now I can't say it either. AED policy that we currently have.
Say that 5 times real fast.
AED. That's what I'm calling it from now.
And that policy will also come back at our next meeting. And that concludes policy.
The one thing I just want to add is that, just because it was part of one of our goals, was policy this year, and I think this concludes one set of them.
The 5,000s.
Yeah, I was looking at our goals. The 6,000 is our business office that we will not get to for this year. And we're going to hopefully be able to start. We've requested the 7, 8, and 9, but definitely the 7 and 8s because there's not a lot of them that were in some of our board goals as well.
Yes. So if you see us slowing down, that's why.
No,
We're
waiting.
we're requesting that NISBA get to our next round, like the next 7s and the 8s. There's not as many in there, and then the 9,000s is another big chunk.
Because we already have the 6,000s, but we're
We're
waiting
gonna-
for
we're waiting.
advisement from the business office to go through those.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot of back office stuff.
Yes. Okay, and that brings us to the conclusion of our meeting. Can I ask for a motion to close the meeting?
Motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you and have a great night.